Um, None of us are fighting with shaitan, devils in a physical space. None of us are out here. Nobody's putting on boxing gloves and getting in the ring and like, all right, shaitan, come on, let's fight it out. No, this is not how this happens. These battles take place right here and right here, the heart and the mind. So these are happening in a mental space. Shaitan comes to us. How does the devil come to us? He doesn't come to us physically and sit down with us and try to convince us. He comes to us through what we know as waswas, which is whisperings. Those inner thoughts, those whispers, those ill intentions, the things that crossed your mind, the temptations. This is how Shaitan gets to us. This is also how we get ourselves, our lower kind of base nature, our inclination towards evil comes to us from in our mind and in our hearts. And this is something that we have to understand, where the battlefield is and where the wars are taking place, where the battles are happening, to help us to better understand, not only understand them, but better to do warfare. This is what it is. It is mental warfare every single day. The toughest battle you are going to fight is the battle with yourself, and the battle with shaitan and his whispers, and the devil inside of you, and the devils and the devils outside that are using other people to influence and push you and prod you and prod you, and all of these things that we have to deal with every single day. Because almost everybody today, trust me, people you would never even imagine, are going through dark battles behind closed doors that nobody knows about. I can't even enumerate how many battles I've lost. But the goal, inshallah, through losing some of these battles that we do lose, is to learn from it. This is just like warfare. To learn from it, adjust our strategy, adjust the way we approach things, so that the next time we're faced with this battle, we handle it differently than we handled it before, so that this time we can gain a different outcome, which hopefully inshallah ta'ala is a victorious outcome. And then if we gain a victorious outcome, we take lesson from that, and we use that and apply it to more battles going forward, and we apply it to other areas and other facets of our life. This is literally the strategy that we have to implement in order to be successful at this game of life, because it is going to be a constant set of battles, and your mind is your most powerful weapon. Your mind is your most powerful weapon. Your heart, your mind and your heart. And I'm connecting these two in some sense. Your mind and your heart are your most powerful weapons, because these are your factors where you decide things and make intentions and create actions. Because if we do an action, it is based on its intention. How is the intention formulated? There is no single human action performed by a sane individual that is not preceded by a thought. No one behaves thoughtlessly except for those people who are clinically not sane. So the majority of human actions, 99.99999% of human actions, are going to be preceded by a thought. That thought then formulates an intention. That intention then becomes an action. And then that action will be weighed according to the intention, but the intention was formulated by the thought. So this is what I mean by mental warfare. Learning to become not only cognizant of your mind, cognizant of your thoughts, cognizant of the things that you're thinking about, but learning how to train and redirect those things, learning how to train and redirect those thoughts, redirect that mind space, so that you can be the master of that space. Because if you can learn to master the mind, then you can learn to master the flow of your intentions, which can master the flow of your actions. But this is going to be the hardest battle most likely that you ever face in your life, because a lot of people are looking for like some epiphany where they will perform an action or do a certain set of things, and then like boom, they're completely healed and they never have to worry about fighting another battle again. And I have to inform them that this is just not the case. This is not reality. The reality is, you will fight these mental battles for your entire life. You will fight these mental battles for your entire life. True, with practice, it can become easier. With practice, you can train your thoughts. With practice, you can train your mind to think on a better plane, or to have more cognizance. This is why for the Muslim, dhikr is so important, because like anybody can fail, Anybody can do the wrong thing and keep doing it and keep doing it. That's easy. The hard thing is to recognize, number one, your failures, your shortcomings, the things that you need to work on, being real with yourself. This is one of the keys to change. People ask me all the time, how do I change? And one of the first things that I think about is owning your own mistakes, owning them. Like personally, I'm not telling you to go out there and blast them to the world. We don't do that as Muslims. We keep our mistakes between us and the one who created us. The only failures we have in lives are the ones that we don't learn from. If you learn from your failures, they become lessons, and lessons become stepping stones and building blocks upon which you learn how to win the next battle. People who do not fail do not win. It's just a cognizant reality of this world, is that if you do not fail and learn from it, because everybody fails, there's nobody in this life that doesn't fail. كل بني آدم خطاء. All of us do it. But the ultimate success is going to lie whether or not you learn from these failures and you start applying them going forward in your life. Or when you win, you look back at that and analyze that win. How did I do that? And how can I further start applying this to other areas of my life? How can I further start applying this to other areas of my life? It's super important. I need to start analyzing these mistakes, analyzing this path that I've been on, looking at what is causing me to go down this road, or what's causing me to have these hiccups or slips or mistakes or sins, what's causing it, what's triggering it, and change something. Because if you don't change anything, nothing's going to change. Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Ra'd, I will not change the condition of a people until they change what is within themselves. So in here has to change. Here and here, something has to change. As well as clinical definition, another clinical definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting that there will be a different outcome from it. It's not going to happen. If you want a different outcome in your life, then you have to start changing things. If you want a different outcome to your actions, then you have to start changing your actions. And if you want your actions to change, you got to start changing the way you think. If you want your thoughts to change, you got to start changing the environment you have, the thought process you have, the modus operandus of the way that your brain is functioning. There are certain things you have to change. Just if you change nothing, nothing will change. If you don't change anything about your life, nothing will change. Change the way that you think. I mean, if you're looking at everything negatively all the time, there's going to be a lot of negativity in your life. If you're looking and viewing everything from a negative lens, then you're going to see negativity everywhere, because we're going to see that which we are honing in for and we're looking for and we're expecting. Try to view things in a more positive light. I know this sounds so cliche, but wallahi, brothers and sisters, it works. It works.